Good afternoon, we are Team 3 and today we will present you the experiment of synthetic or biodegradable effectiveness of detergents. So our introduction is that soap is made with a process called saponification that happens when a hot alkali solution mixes with natural fats or oils to produce soap. There are many different processes to make soap. One process is to boil water with ingredients. Another process is to separate fat into fatty acids and glycerin, which then are put into a tall container called a hydrolyzer. Then after several processes, the glycerin is collected and the fatty acids are purified and neutralized with a base to produce soap. Detergent, on the other hand, they are made in chemical plants since their components are synthetic. Various complex processes are made to produce certain chemical compounds that make up detergent. Then our objectives are that we will conduct two types of experiments with each brand of detergent in which we will measure the effectiveness of cleaning of these brands and determine which one is better. And as a second experiment, we will measure the smell of the clothes after being washed with each detergent and we will compare which one is better. In this experiment, the independent variables will be the type of brand of detergent, while the dependent variables will be the smell of the clothes and the effectiveness of the detergents. We think that, and our hypothesis is that we think that the biodegradable detergents will have a better cleaning effect as well as a better smell than the detergents that aren't biodegradable. Then, our methodology is that our first experiment will conduct the following. We will analyze the effectiveness of the cleaning detergents and removing stains and dirtiness. We will take a dirty white shirt and leave it washing, which is of the three detergents. We will leave the shirts in 3 different buckets of water mixed with 25 milliliters of each type of detergent for 15 minutes. After we finish washing the clothes, we will dry them and we will analyze the results of the experiment. We will then proceed to make a chart in which we will organize them from the best detergent to the worst at the effectiveness of removing the stains of dirt. The materials that we will use for the first experiment are the following: 3 way shirts, 25 milliliters of each type of detergent, and 3 buckets of water. And for our second experiment, we will analyze which detergent is better for removing bad odors such as garlic and onions. For the experiment, we will need 3 odorless shirts to which we will rub garlic in order to make them smell bad. We will conduct the same process as the last experiment in which we will leave the shirts to different buckets with different detergents and we will let them for 15 minutes. And after that, we will take them out in order to analyze if the detergents were able to remove the bad odor and if they were able to improve this one. The materials that we will use for this experiment are the following: 1 garlic, 3 buckets of water, 25 milliliters of each type of detergents, and 3 odorless shirts. Then for our result analysis, after realizing the experiment, we obtain the previous results. Contrary to the hypothesis, we believe that the detergent with the best cleaning properties will be in the biodegradable one, since it contains builders that have the purpose of reducing calcium and magnesium ions, or provide a desirable level of alkalinity, increasing the pH of the solution, and acting as a buffer to maintain the proper alkalinity in wash water that help the detergent to be more effective. But as we concluded, the experiments we were able to observe that the detergent with best cleaning properties was Persil, since it only left 1 to 3 small stains on the shirt that were merely visible. Due to additional stain removing help from the enzymes means that dirt can be removed without the need of hot water. And since Suavitel was good at removing odors, but it barely removed any stains from the shirts, being the worst detergent at removing stains, while Arm & Hammer's was pretty good at removing stains, since it managed to remove 90% of the stains in the shirt number 1. And then, after conducting the odor experiment, we were able to identify that Suavitel was the best detergent at removing odors due to its property of perfuming the clothes when being washed, since not only did it eliminated completely the garlic odor, but it also added a nice smell to it. And while the other detergents managed to eliminate the garlic odor, but they didn't have a nice smell to it. The shirts that used personal remain a neutral odor, and the shirts that were washed up with Arms and Hammer remove the odor and gain a little bit of nice smell. Then some experimental errors that we observed were that while making experiments, we encountered some challenges and possible obstacles that could be encountered while making the experiment. The first challenge that we found was that it wasn't very easy to make dirty the shirts in the shirts in equal quantities, so the results may vary. We also didn't have a specific amount for the water that we were going to use, so it has variations. And lastly, we found a bit difficult to impregnate the odor of the garlic into the shirt, so we had to rub it in an aggressive way, the garlic in the shirt. Another factor that might have affected the results is the type of material from the different clothes, as they can have multiple different properties, such as cotton or polyester. And finally, as our conclusions are, based on the results we obtained in the experiment, we concluded that we were wrong in our hypothesis, and we were able to compare the effectiveness of the different detergents. Since the results show us that it was good at removing the odors, however, it didn't have pleasant smell, and it was effective at cleaning, but it wasn't the best at it. Only in the case of the shirt number 3, it had a cleaner smell, while in the other shirts, it remained neutral, while the detergent that showed the best results for this test was Suavitel, since it added a pleasant smell to the shirts. Although, based on the results we obtained from the experiment, the two non-biodegradable detergents, which were the Persil and Suavitel were the best in our category each. With the Persil detergent, although it was very effective at removing the dirt stains from the shirt, it didn't give the shirts a nice smell by removing the garlic and onion odor, but a neutral one. And with the Suavitel detergent, we can see that it wasn't very effective at removing any dirt stains from the shirt number 1 and number 2, but it was effective at removing 3 dirt stains from shirt number 3. However, it was very effective at removing the odor of garlic and onion from the shirt number 3, and it gave them a nice smell. And finally, things that we could improve from the experiment could be that before introducing the shirts in the water buckets, we could carve the shirts with the detergents first in order to increase the effectiveness of this at the moment of removing the dirt stains and the garlic onion odor from the shirts. Another thing that we could improve in our experiment is the use of a washing machine and a drying machine, rather than the use of water buckets and a natural air for drying the shirt. This will accelerate the process of the experiment and maybe will make more effective the use of the detergent in removing the dirt stains and the garlic odor to make the results more precise. Using duplicates of the exact same shirt made of the exact same materials will be an excellent option, as it eliminates most of the accidental variables related to the alteration of results due to different materials. Thank you very much for your attention.